Simmer. What's your feet? Simmer. Get the bed.
All right, hello, Teaquilters. Today is Saturday, July 12th, 2025. It is 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm T with Teaquilts, and we are here to do live sewing chat, hopefully. I have Jersey here. She should be asleep by now, and she's had a very long day. So if she turns really crabby, we may have to end early. And right now she's looking at her videos on her not her iPad, her whatever tablet she has. And we're going to hope that that works very well for a good period of time. So, I will read the chat. Right now I'm just trying to prep some pieces of fabric. I don't know how much I need. I'm just whacking off a piece. And I'm going to press it so it can be ready. Didn't even cut the iron on yet. But just trying to cut a piece of fabric. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I need a contrast. I don't have that here. I'll just make something up. I'm making like a test block anyway. So we'll use this. So let's see, what do we have here? Strawberries. Strawberries. Okay, I actually need a different color, but let's see. Maybe. I forgot that I needed, I actually need like 3 fabrics too. Maybe it's just 2. Let me look. It's just 2. So we're going to just make a test block. I'm actually going to be trying to cut a Millie's dress so that I can get started on it. If I don't like it, I'll just make another one, right? Oops. Oops. Say, uh-oh. And she goes, say, uh-oh. All right, let's see who's in the chat. Lots of people are in the chat. I don't have on a mic today because I did not charge my iPad up from when I was in here Wednesday. Completely forgot. I have not been back in here. I have been on the computer designing state quote blocks for shirts. I started out with like 4. I think I'm up to like 12 or something. So it's taking longer than I thought. Plus I had some other things to do Thursday afternoon and Friday. Actually, now that I think about it, Friday, I actually went to the hairdresser for the first time in 10 years. It felt so good to get my hair washed by somebody else, okay? I was so glad to have somebody else do my hair. I didn't know what to do. And it's about the same number of twists that I put in my hair when I do it smaller for leave-in. But I am thinking I'm going to leave these in and let them lock. So we shall see what happens if I can do it. I do like having my hair combed and manipulated into different styles, but I'm getting so old, it's like I don't feel like being bothered with it. So we shall see. So we got Darcy here saying hi, T and Quilters. Give T her thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Also check out the Facebook page, Teaquilts LLC. Make sure that you answer the 4 questions, because if you don't, I'm going to decline and then say, you know, resubmit with answering the 4 questions. Sometimes when you first hit the Facebook subscribe, it doesn't show you the question, so you have to like go back into the group a second time. And then she says we're here Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then we're here, and Wednesdays we're only on for 1 hour, and then we're also here Saturdays 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're here for 2 hours. So thank you, Darcy. Let's see. Uh-oh. Pin the message from Darcy. Don't want to put her in timeout. Sue GSD says, good evening, T and fellow quilters. It has begun. 367 days until the most spectacular retreat ever, made possible by our gallant leader, T, and her ever wonderful assistant, Kevin. Yes, and Jennifer. Jennifer also is on the standing retreat committee. The only thing that will change is if we have an instructor, then that instructor goes on and off the committee as needed. Dee Branson is here saying good evening to everybody, and her rent is paid. Thank you. And if you don't know what that means, that means that they have hit their thumbs up, and so have you. If not, go hit your thumbs up and come right back. And as soon as I start talking to y'all, my daughter calling asking about how is Jersey doing, who's been here for 2 hours, but she wait till I go live. So I'm going to ignore her for right now. She can talk to my husband. Because if she don't hear from me, well, she'll probably call next. But, yeah. Helena Carter is here. Delia Short, Brenda Perkins. Linda Williams, Bonita Nance, Clovis Gardner, Minnie Dula, Zandra Odom, Holly Duvall. They say they hear you, Jar Jar. Shelly says hi to everyone. Hope everyone is staying cool. It's a hot one today. Actually, it wasn't so hot here today. It was threatening to be rain all day. I don't know if it ever did because I didn't go back outside. I did make one run to the post office after spending my morning doing orders. And then I ended up sending my husband back for a second run. So I was doing mostly orders. A lot of people are, or not a lot of people, but some people are needing the exploding star pattern, so I needed to get some orders out, some late orders of the exploding star, and then, you know, it takes days to get there, so I was trying to do the best I could with what I was working with. Tracy Middlebrook is here. Hey, Tracy. Are you in St. Louis at the party? Claudette Hall is here. Tinanya Edwards, Janice Miller, Jazzy Joyce, welcome to the chat. Appreciate you coming in. It seems you started early. I came on at 3 minutes early today. Yes, I did. Because I don't know how long I'm going to be here. Depends on my little visitor down here.
Hooray.
Gloria Hawkins. I don't have this on all the messages either, so I'm hoping Suzette Peterkin Denton's here. Melissa Makes Quilts. Deborah Sims Brown. Tracy says I sound good. Yeah, when I probably project, and then when I get low, let me go in here and hit all messages, and it's probably gonna screw it up, but I have to do what I gotta do. Anita Scott's here. Melissa says your hair looks beautiful. Thank you. We'll see if I can do this. I have my Millie's dress fabric selected, but not background. I don't have anything selected. Like I said, I've been doing orders. I normally prep earlier on Saturday for what I'm going to work on tonight. And then I wasn't expecting to get Jersey till like right before 6, but she ended up coming about 4 instead. So I didn't have time to prep anything, and she was not, for some reason today, well, she's had a long day. There's a group holding a dance party where people from all over the country are here. And so my daughter went to that, and they had a workshop earlier today. She took Jersey to that, and then she brought her to me after that workshop. I think Jersey is tired. I don't know if she's had a nap today or not. But she's been crabby on one of those days that she didn't want to stay, so she was crying because her mom left her. So it's been a long day. So like I said, I'm not sure. I was gonna not schedule it at all, and then I said, you know what, I'll come on. If it works out, it works out. If it don't, we'll have to just change it up. I'm trying to figure out where to put this so I can recycle that. And so I don't even know if I just whacked off pieces of fabric here, and I starched the entire piece of African fabric. You know, we'll see. I don't know if I want to waste my fabric on a test block and fussy cut, but I need to look and see. So I just pulled a piece. This fabric is so different that it's not going to matter if it's fussy cut or not, because it's got a lot going on. And of course, I haven't read a thing. If you all don't know from in the past, I'm not even going to iron the whole thing. Oh, I got to do something with this because I'm going to need some accent to the dress. It should be the color of the dress in a different shade, but we don't have that here because we just decided to do this 10 minutes before live because somebody's been hanging on to my leg. So I didn't have any choice. And I got to look at this pattern to see if I need 2 dress fabrics or 1. And then I know I need the collar waist. That's what this is. I'm pressing now. So it can start to dry. Sue says, know what it feels like. I had my first professional manicure in 20 years. My nails look so pretty. Oh, that's cool. Sheila Willis is here saying, good evening, Tea and Quilters. Tea, I want that shirt you have on. You're going to have to send me an email. This is my version of May the 1/4 be with you. On May 4th. Because I don't even have this on my website. I have to see how much product it takes. Because that's what determines the price and how many colors. So it's only one color, but it's how much product. I made this shirt so long ago, I don't even remember how much stuff it takes. Paula S. is here. Carissa Renninger. And hold on. If you, I had some popcorn. You know how popcorn do you. Trying to put something in my belly because I've been stuck with her. That's the worst thing to eat before you come on a live. If anybody is doing any t-shirts, now is the time because I'm not going to make them probably until September, October. I'm just trying to get the shirts out. I got so many orders in a short period of time. So I got Ingrid, who has an exploding store pattern, and I also have Janet McCarroll, who has a shirt that she ordered like the week before retreat, and I want to get those 2 out for sure. But I've been trying to design everything until I can design at one point, cut at one point. So Paula S is here. Joyce Sterling. Let's see. Sheila's saying she missed Benita at retreat. Betsy Layton's here. Say her rent is paid. Elaine Doucette's. Dorothy Battles here. Also reminding you guys to hit the thumbs up along with C Joy Creations. And Rissa says, I just got my exploding store pattern this past week. Kevin the Quilter talking about the assistant has arrived. Miss T is looking mighty fine. Hey, Jersey. Paula says, T, would you like, I would like your t-shirt. Also, I'll email you. Yes, make sure you. Now, this is, I don't have any, this is a Heather t-shirt. Your shirt will probably be red. Or I'll tell you what size or what color shirts I have in stock. What's the matter? You don't like commercials? She don't like the YouTube commercials, guys. Well, neither do I. But I'm not paying for it. I haven't paid for it yet. I keep saying that I miss Netflix, and I haven't, since Netflix went up, I haven't had it, and I do miss it, and I keep thinking I'm gonna sign back up for it, but I haven't yet. So yeah, so the biggest piece, I tried to cut something that would cut everything out of, but I'm not sure. So I need a 8-inch rectangle is my largest piece. And I'm not telling you what I'm cutting because, you know, you can buy the pattern either from me or Fat Quarter Shop or Lori Holt, Be in My Bonnet. But I'm just telling you what this fabric, I needed it to be at least 8 inches wide. Okay. Guess we got a string, yeah. One little string, uh-oh. Yeah. string in the front. Oh, it broke in the back. That's what happened. Okay. So I'm gonna, yeah, it's 8 inches. So that's the main thing I need. Let me go over here. Well, I ripped this, so maybe I should just go with the rip. All right. Hi, Don Cunningham. Almost all of the streaming services now have commercials, and I hate it. Yes. And that's why I got off. I'm like, okay, I'm paying for you so that I don't have commercials. And the fact that they wanted you to pay even more money for limited commercials or no commercials, I was like, you know what? I'm out. I've been off of it since it went up. Has to have been about a year and a half now or something like that. Because I feel like it's been a long time since I've watched Netflix. And I had a couple of good shows I really liked, so they just ruined it, you know, because I'm cheap. Except for when it comes to quilting. Okay. You know, I'm almost wondering if what I'm cutting, no, it's got to be in there. I'll just cut it. If it's a sashing piece, it'll be okay. I'll deal with it later. I will deal with it later. This pattern got to be bigger than that, so I don't really think it's going to be sashing. Hi, Sean of Go Savvy Designs. Is it to make your paddle not slide around? Oh, I don't know. She's talking to Kevin. Eight. I was finna say 8 o'clock. Okay. And I'm cutting in such an awkward position because this table and the machine is, that's why my machine is so much further back, because with the table, the extension on, I just might take this table off and not use the table because it takes up too much space. Okay. I'm trying not to, you know, call off these pieces as I'm looking at them, and I'm trying to look at them so that I can cut off the biggest piece first. Carissa says I pay for a Paramount, Netflix, Prime. Daughter pays for Hulu and Disney for me. I need some squares. And it's too far over that I can't get my ruler there because of this jukey table. I haven't sold a stitch on here, and then got the nerve to be making a block with that has a lot of piecing. Real smart, okay? It'll be all right. Like I said, it'll be a test block. I don't have the right fabrics anyway. And I'm just trying to cut out for one block, hopefully. All right. She likes the word strawberry. And she does know what it is. When you open your refrigerator and she sees it, she's wanting you to give it to her, but she won't eat it. It's like, honey, you're not walking around my house with a strawberry. One and 5/8. So that's like 3 1/4. So I'm gonna cut it 3 1/2. Make sure I have enough. And we may not even sew a thing. But I'm gonna try. Oh my gosh. Yep, I had just enough. A little sliver, not even 1/4 of an inch. All right, that's that. Okay, so I guess I need 4 of those. So I'm gonna need 2 and 1/2. I sure hope you all don't hear this music. And normally I would have switched to a smaller ruler, but I did not this time. All right. This is the bottom, this one, and then that one. All right. Next thing we need is a pretty dress fabric. Let's see who else has come in. Now, Benita's being messy. I'm going to read this because my husband don't read the chat. She's talking about Mr. Ben can get you a Netflix subscription for your birthday. my gosh. Patrice says, did you pack pack your car? Your car. Oh my gosh. Good evening, Miss T and Quilters. This is from Remo. She says, thumbs up to show your love and support. Stop lurking. The Queen of Queens of Quilting. You definitely won't be disappointed, is what I think she's trying to say. And Kevin's laughing at Patrice too. That's fantastic. I don't know. Y'all talking to each other. I'm going to miss those, because I can barely keep up. So she must have been talking to Kevin. Every time you say Susie Q, Kevin, it reminds me of my grandfather. That's what he called me. Hi, Laura Harris. Welcome to the chat. Trying to make sure I was caught up, because y'all talking to each other, so I've been skipping a lot of stuff. All right, I don't know. Okay, so let me go look. Okay. So I need this fabric. I need an accent. And it's only 2 fabrics. So I thought I needed 3. So collar and belt. Okay, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to see how these pieces are falling into this. So first piece I'm looking for is J is right side up. Make 1 for each. So J is longer than it is wider. How about H? H. So it's giving me the width first. I needed to know that because I haven't read anything. So it is giving me the width first instead of the length. So it's important. Darcy is reminding you all to check and see if you've hit your thumbs up button. Okay, I think I ran my hand over this blade, but it's closed right now, but I still feel like some kind of plane in my hand, okay? Okay, so which part is the bottom? Should be the biggest piece. Okay, so this is what I want to fussy cut. And it's 8 inches in length. I don't really care about where it ends, but I care about the width. 1, 2, 3. So I have 1 left over there, about 1 over there. This would be okay. We don't have to worry about it. Check it again since I just moved it. Slide it down a little. All right, because I want to fussy cut this one for the bottom part. And we'll come back. All right. So this is this piece. This is the bottom of the dress. All right. I think the top part of the dress is that, and those are, no, those are the sleeves. So that this must be the top. Maybe I'm missing. Okay, I just couldn't see it. It's the top of the dress. So, question is, do I want to put a partial cap, or do we want to go the other way and get this? I think we want to go the other way. Let's see. What's the measurement before I cover this up? Trying to see. Use my ruler. Except that it's 2.5. But at least I can see where the length is going. Nope, it's gonna put some of that in there. What you doing? Okay, so we're going the other way. I don't think, yeah, it's pressed. I was gonna say I don't think I pressed right there, but I did. I can't use that. It's just a tad smaller than I need. Let's go down a little bit. Yeah, you know, this will be a lot easier if you weren't fussy cutting and then doing this live. I have not heard back from the retreat center yet either. So I just needed to get that off so that I can cut this where I want to cut it. One, two. This ain't big enough. Like, what did I just cut? One, I cut the size of my ruler, and that's not what I need. Okay, so we'll go down here to the bottom and make sure we cut more than what we need. I'm trying to get just a little spot of red in here. Okay. Okay. So this is how you get, you know, scraps. For those people that say they don't have any. And I'm about to cut it wrong again because I got the ruler the opposite direction. I'm about to do it again. It's like, no. I'm gonna just cut this off. And I still got other pieces to cut. I'm sitting up here playing with this one piece. And turn this ruler around so you don't mess this up. Right here is what I want. And right there.
Yummy.
What's yummy? What's yummy? Oops. Mary, my friend that did the recording at retreat, says, hi y'all, Teaquilters. I hope everyone survived the retreat. Kevin going, hey Mary. Sue says your video work was fabulous. Yeah. Awesome, awesome. Okay. I still need pretty good sized pieces. How are we gonna do this? Cause the sleeves go this way. If the sleeves went this way, the width is, so let's just whack off a trying to center this, but long as we're close. All right, we'll just cut this piece off. Trying to get 2 sleeves. And I still need, I only got 2 pieces. I need some sleeves. All right, we'll cut this one right here. Is somebody at the door? You say hello? That thing made me think somebody was at my door. All right, got 2 sleeves. They're just fussy cut like that, I guess. Sort of, kind of, because I wanted a little bit of that. This is the top part of the shirt. So it kind of goes with some of the other stuff going on in here. So just trying to match them up a little bit. Just a little, just to make sure some of both parts of the fabric show up. What size is this? All right, this should be long enough to cut the next pieces I need. So, yeah, I don't even know where they go. I'm just cutting these. I may have to slide down. All right. Turn this around, cut the right length. One right there. All right, and then cut this in half. I need to be using a smaller ruler. The struggle is real. And then as soon as I put that up, I'm going back to the next ruler. But it is awkward for me to cut from a large ruler. Make sure they're the same size. Yep. So that's that. This is trash. Well, you know, it's recycles. It's scraps. Because I don't throw. It's hard for me to throw the African fabric away like I don't have any. Hi, Vivi and Calvi. Welcome, welcome.
You what?
And Mary says, thanks everyone. I'm still editing away, so stay tuned. And Sue says she was surprised at how many vintage machine lovers were at retreat. And Michelle says they were great videos. Mary and I have an issue. I gave her 2. I don't know. With those 2 flash drives that I gave you, everything should fit on that, right? So she uses Apple. I use Android, and so the only thing that we can share probably is her putting data onto those photo drives. That should work. It shouldn't matter which machine they're in, I'm hoping. Because otherwise I have no way of getting this data. I don't have any way. I don't have any data. I don't pay for storage of data online. And my iCloud stuff is where my music is. That's what I use for teaching, so that I can hook up when I was teaching line dancing, so that I could use it, so I would have the music that I need to play. I think we're done with that. We need to cut some gray. And we're probably going to be missing some stuff, because as you see me cutting here, notice that I have not put a label on not one thing. Because this was not planned. We're just doing it. All right. I need... And I'm hoping, I'm just also dividing their cut pieces and thinking that I'm going to have enough, because I'm not cutting for the whole quilt. So I'm hoping that I have enough. That fabric actually stuck to the back of my ruler. I did it again. All right. So we got those two pieces. And we need one more piece. Is he eating French fries? All right. One and two and three. Let's see if we got all the pieces we need. Put this up, because this thing is deadly. This rotary cutter. All right. Let's see. I went to retreat, and him and my brother decided they would organize for me. I got a white marking pen here. Let's see if it'll work. I have... Trying to find my, because, you know, dealing with Lori Hope patterns, you do a lot of line drawing. So we need that. Wait a minute. That's background. Okay. This girl watches anything. And then these. So we need to draw a diagonal line. And so hi Diane McCoy, welcome to the chat. Hey Claudette Bettis. Welcome, welcome. Yes. I thought I was drawing on the back of the black. I'm gonna need this one, but we'll just stick it here so I know where it's at. We're marking on the back of this gray right now. I can see on a pencil, and it's thinner, so I like marking with that instead. And I'm not gonna draw the other line because on this one it's gonna be smaller than I want to deal with. So we just will not save the extra on this. All right. I don't even have this machine threaded. And I don't even have my big thread spool. And let's see if I got some Orfeel over here. I may have to stand up. Yeah, we got a spool here. Orfeel. All right. Let's see. Lord knows. We ain't gonna even try to thread. We just gonna pull this through. Retreat registration did open on Thursday. I sent the information in email to my newsletter. If you're not on the newsletter list, make sure you send an email to teaquiltsnews@yahoo.com. Sorry guys, I gotta lick my finger to get this to roll. And it still missed it. Okay. Make sure I cut these pieces at the same time so they can't move. All right. Right there. And we already know how the I better sew on a piece of scrap. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Just take a little sliver out of here just to sew a stitch. Make sure it's right. It feels awfully tight, but if Brenda was sewing on it, it should be just fine. The reason why I don't like this needle thing is because it goes, the needle threader is because it goes the opposite direction. But it worked. Oh, that's why it was tight. The pedal was down. I didn't notice. Make sure this thing is in here. Oh boy. All right, let's see if we can make sure we got a stitch first before I put my fabric in here. Oh, it don't have a bobbin. I always leave the bobbins in, so I guess we have to fix that. Okay. Yep. This is why I'm sewing on some of these sewing machines, because I sew on them when I first get them, and then I don't sew on them again for a long time. And the only reason this machine is out because I'm trying to take my Bernina I want to take my Bernina to the shop. Okay, that's the thread. Get my hair out the way. I see some more thread. All right, I think that's it. That's why you sew on a test piece, so you don't mess your stuff up, your real pieces. Okay, I just need a bobbin. Now, where is that? That's Bernina. This is the Juki bag. All right. Sharon says, hi T, and Quilters Rent is paid. I'll look at the replay. I'm still at the convention, but I wanted to give T my support with a thumbs up. Hey Sharon, have fun, girl. That's a big thing. Awesome. Oh, I got one up here. I wound bobbins when I got it back, but didn't realize it wasn't one inside. All right. Put this in. I need to clean this one too. All right, let's do a once up to pull up the bobbin thread.
Yay.
I still have a thread hanging in here and some dust. So yep, it needs to be cleaned. And I don't know where my tweezers are. My drawer broke, and so I've moved stuff. I just got the drawer sitting right there, the tray that was in there, but it's not coming off. Maybe it'll stitch off. We'll see in a minute. What did I do with the scrap? We'll find another one. Oh, I put it in the trash. I was not playing with it. All right, just sew on another piece of scrap. Sew on another piece of scrap. Much quieter. I did oil it when I came home, but I didn't clean it. Yep, the length that I was trying to get out came up. It was a lot too. All right. All right, all right. So I'm making like a flying geese unit is what I'm about to do. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody's messages. Darcy says she cleaned her machine today. I oiled this machine because I wasn't sure if it got oiled when I put it out here, but I did not clean it. And I normally don't be doing all this cutting either, but you know, trying to get a block done. We got 1 hour. And I guess I better cut the yarn on so I can have the heat from that. And then my other square is going the other way. as I said, a flying geese unit. And I'm going to need to look at all of these pieces. I'm so cheap, y'all. I can't throw thread away. And I don't have anything in here that I'm aware of that needs sewing.
Yeah.
Well, I got stuff that need to be sewn, but I don't have the stuff it goes to. Let's see if we can just sew some of this together to start. Those are long pieces. I just need some stuff to sew on. There's my ID badge that I left on the board the entire retreat. Came home 16,000 times and still didn't pick it up, okay? Okay, just trying to get some pieces so once it's time for me to cut, I can sew something else. Okay, I don't like this already, the angle. All right. I think these are the only two pieces this size. So we'll just sew this string down. And press and cut this. I'm gonna need this. It can't go far. I'm gonna need it. Yeah, I can't have all these long thread tails. That's just not going to work. So I'm gonna have to sew something. This is all my notebooks of everything that I've been working on. I'll set it right here, so I don't get too confused. Hi, June Hansen. Welcome. She said, Grandma, she's looking, she's talking to her an iPad because she calls me Gigi. I hadn't even paid attention. And who was that heard that? Brenda Crowley. We're on the next page. Look at that. I think this is the this right here. Those are sleeves. Because I don't have it numbered like I should. Okay, and then on that we need background. Little bitty things. And I guess I'm gonna mark them because I need a I'm not sure of this machine. I don't normally mark these on my Bernina, but I'm gonna mark them here so I know I'm sewing on the line. And now I'm using a white marking pen on black. Sometimes you can see the pencil line of black, but I prefer to use a white marking pen. And a white marking pen, when you first mark it, it doesn't look like it'll show up. And then it gets more visible as it dries. And then most times it just heats out with an iron. So when you're pressing your seam, it goes away. So you don't have to use water either. Put all of that over there. Now the next question, what do I want for my top and bottom? We'll put it like that. And these go on the bottom. All right. I don't even know where my pens are. I have no pens in this pin cushion. It's like I may have taken them to retreat in a different pin cushion because they sure not here. I don't have a lot of pens. All right.
All the way.
Yeah, if she lasts, I think she should be sleepy and exhausted, but she's doing fine right now. She was starting to get a little crabby before I came in here. That's why I gave her the tablet, because we've been, she came in with 2 ducks. She has a blue duck and a yellow duck. And she did not realize that the yellow duck quacks or squeaks, you know. And so we've been playing with that for the longest. So I like, you know, I don't have to do just trying to see that we weren't, you know, we're not using devices all day over here, so. But I'm using it now. I haven't heard back from the retreat center, so I'm just gonna go ahead and reimburse whatever refund to the people that requested the refunds. I'm gonna just go ahead and do that. I'm gonna do electronic refunds first, so if I'm able to send it to you electronic, I'll do that. It's gonna take me a while because I'm doing other stuff too, so I'm gonna devote so much time a day to start getting those out. And you know, like CashApp and Venmo is the easiest to reimburse through. So I'll do that. What else? This is just nothing's going on there. Talking about what else? Nothing. I'm trying not to cut this thread. Okay. So we're just gonna sew some of these together. Now these strings are technically should be in the trash because they're smaller than 1.5 inches, which is what I normally keep. But then I'll make exceptions when the fabric is pretty. This one here. And it's purples, blue batiks for the most part. Purple and blue. So, all right, so we're doing the top of the dress. And I'm gonna, oh, it gets pieces on the side. Okay, I'm like, what in the world? This is too little. It gets 2 pieces on the side. My pieces are running away. All right. So let's sew these on here. I could have been sewing this before. Did not pay attention to the photo. This one's a little bit wider. I have to make sure I have just one of these, because if you, batiks are already stiffer than regular cotton, and then you put starch in them, it feel like it's two pieces of fabric sometimes. I got this thread stand up. I'm trying, I can't get to my ruler rack. All right, we'll press this one later. Put this one over here. Turn it upside down. Okay. I'm up here trying to make sure I'm sewing the right things together. I think so. I think so. Don't repeat me after me. And it's funny because I said I think so and she says you think so. And normally I'll tell her something and then she repeats after me. So then I put her name on it and then she says her name. Now this is the first time I heard her say you instead of I, like a total repeat. And she's just repeating any and everything we say. All right, how do they want these pressed out? I think that one might be on the wrong side because I wanted it to go in the same direction, but it's an Ankara. It's not too bad. All right, now this should fit up here. And again, I might have a little bit of issues because I'm not used to this 1/4 inch seam on here. It might be a little fatter. Hold on. It might be a little fatter than I think. I want to pull this. I'm using the edge of the, I've been using the edge of the foot, but maybe I need to use, I see the 1/4 guide that I just completely ignored. Because when I get a 1/4 inch foot, I think that's the thing. See, that's why you need to use your machines. And let me back up a little bit. All right, just a little bit more than the edge of the foot. And I hope I didn't mess up my flying geese point by doing that. Let's just press some of these to get them out the way. Because I'll have to sew on them again. I haven't even been reading the chat. Where is the disembodied baby? Down here trying to keep her quiet for as long as I can, because if I pick her up, she may not go back to that position while I'm live. So at the end, I'll pull her up. But for right now, we're going to let her be. We're going to leave her be. Nice thing is I don't have to worry about it on the strings. All right, let's press this down. This is the top of the dress. Sorta, kinda. This is the dress, should be, let me look. This is the collar of the dress. Should be in a different shade of this, but I didn't have that in here, so it's gray. So it looks a little weird, but we're gonna move on. We've got the 2 sleeves. Did they come up? Yeah, it was like that. So this is going to be my left sleeve. This is going to be my right. Let me make sure before I go sewing. Yes. So I need these big ones. And it needs 3. So it needs the smallest ones. And it needs A, B, and D. Okay. So I need to mark some lines on 4 squares, 6 squares. Let's see. Those 2, the bottom 2, and these 2. So I need to draw lines on all of these with the white marking pen. If you haven't, Dorcia is reminding you all to hit the thumbs up. If you haven't done that already, thank you, ma'am. Sue says it's 367 days until retreat for those that came in late. Retreat next year is going to be July 14th through the 19th, 2026. Now this one, I might end up drawing the extra line. I have to see it. Because it's bigger. What's the matter with you? She don't like commercials. Just spazzes out. It's like, girl, you got to get a job so you can pay your YouTube subscription. Cause she funny. Cause over here we don't have that. I'm like, I'm rebelling against all subscriptions and then gonna end up giving in and go into all of them, okay? This ruler really grabs onto your fabrics, I can tell you that. So it ain't moving anywhere once you put this ruler on here. You got to hold it down and lift your piece. Drawing these lines. It's not playing. Got that. And then this one. I had to mark six squares this time. All right. Great thing is we got so many pieces to chain piece that we should not have to use. I'm going to start with the biggest one and put a pin in here to hold it. And then make sure that they're going the right direction. And put a pin in it to hold it. All right. I do want to go from the, then I want to start in the point. I am not normally a fast sewer, especially when I'm trying to stay on a line. But So I'm going to sew the other side of this so that I can save this half square triangle on the other side. So that's just extra sewing here. Let's see what size half square triangle will we have. About. I'm not gonna square it up or anything now, but it's like it should square up to 2 inches. Well, yeah, it's right at 2 inches, so it just depends. Ooh wee what? She said, girl, I'm not talking to you. Okay, we're gonna press this one over so we know which way it's going and know which one we're working with, so we can add the next piece on, because they all got to go the right way. And we just got one seam to sew on these. These pieces are smaller. All right. This one goes on this side, going from largest to smallest. I do like sewing on this Juki. I just need to probably lock in the 1/4 inch seam. Right now I've been sewing on the lines, so we're going to go back to that in a bit. This is this side, and then the other one goes down here. You got to pay attention to the diagrams on her patterns, because it's a lot of different angles, so you don't want to mess it up. Alright, I'm sewing the sleeves right now. I showed you this. It looks very weird, but that's what I have. And one more square on the bottom on this side, and all right, let's see what we do with these 2 sleeves. And I'm gonna turn the page just to see if we're using them next or not. This pattern I'm working on is Millie's Dresses by Bee in a Bonnet, Lori Holt. I do have it for sale. It's, I think, what's this one, $13? I can't remember. I can't remember. I have to look it up. This is this side of the dress. So this is a sleeve. This shape is in the dress, in the big part of the dress. So I wanted it in the sleeve, some of it in the sleeve. I didn't do full fussy cutting. And I'm also going to make sure that I take a 1/4 inch seam. Alright. This is the other sleeve. And I got to get it off my machine, but on this big piece, which is the dress, so this is the bottom part of the dress, I need to put E on here. And E is let's make sure these are the right size because they sure look big. These are, this is not what that is. One. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe I used the wrong size square somewhere. Okay. Okay, I was supposed to use those, and I've already cut them. So those actually went with the ones I just put on here on the sleeves, actually went with something else. So we're just going to leave it because, like I said, this is a test. And you need to not do what I'm doing. You need to... I'm getting a smaller cutting board. You need to mark your pieces so you're not guessing like I am. All right, so I'm going to cut this down. So I've already used the wrong size on the other one. But, hold on. It was on this corner. It might matter. Well, it's a test. It's going to be jacked up. Okay, we need a rotary cutter. It's going to be jacked up. All right, these are the squares I was supposed to have for the ones I just cut down that were wrong. Should have been on there already. That's why these didn't match up. And now we're just gonna draw a line right there. Draw a line while you mark your pieces. If you don't, double check them before you sew them. And for some reason, this just doesn't look square to me. So let me check it again. Because we definitely don't want that. It just looks a little weird. Maybe the bottom fabric, like the bottom square moved a little. It's just a sliver, but enough that I can see it. All right, here we go. Uh-oh. It's a test, okay? Girl, so quit worrying about it. Whatever we have, it will still look like a dress pattern, and it can be one of my little orphan blocks that go into a sampler quilt. It's no big deal. Sew this stuff. This right there. Okay, how are we pressing these seams? I'm seeing I'm following her recommendations, so far everything has been like what I would normally do, so that's good. It's nothing that's different. Okay, and then this sleeve goes over here. Yeah, that's the hard part with African prints is if you get one that's busy, it looks like it's a different piece of fabric. It doesn't have the continuity look to it. But I know what I need to do on the next ones. So that's one of the reasons why I was doing one test block. Just to see how it's gonna work. It's like if I can't use it in this quilt, I'll use it somewhere else. All right. Let's go over here. Jersey is talking good. This is the most I've heard her talk. Yeah, if she comes up in the screen and then she starts seeing herself, she's not gonna do any more talking. She's repeating what they're saying. She's going through. She's gotten off of. Oh, you want off of there? Did you see that cat? Okay. So this is a little bit different in length. I'm gonna trim it because it's not gonna match up anyway. So this is what I have for the top of the dress, and you can't even hardly see the black on here. This is the sleeves. This is the top of the dress. The gray is the collar. This is the background. Black is the background. All right. I need this gray part, which is the belt. Goes with F. But we're gonna measure so we make sure we get the right piece. Just to make sure, because we already messed that up once. That's correct. And this is the same. Okay, so how come it's a different size and width? Is this a different width? No, it's not. It just looked like it was. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to sew something else to get that off. I only cut 1B. And I guess I'm needing 2. Yep. And I've cut most of the fabric already. As I said, I'm not really reading this pattern. I can't even say that. I am just sewing this pattern. I'm cutting and sewing. I read the cut instructions and now I'm basically just looking at the photos. So I have not read a thing. Oh my gosh. Okay, which way she wants these? This towards the belt. And then we need to see if it's even close to being the width. Because I wasn't paying attention to the 1/4 inch. I was using the edge of the foot at first. Oh, you quack, quack, quack. What is that you have? She says yellow duck. Where's the blue duck? Where's the blue duck? She doesn't care about the blue duck. She was carrying them both around, but when I showed her that the yellow duck quacks, she could care less about that blue duck. It's not important anymore. Okay. hopefully this is big enough to cut
No.
what I need. And I have to go back to the cut thing to know what size it is.
How do you put?
My ruler will work. That's good. Gotta squeeze it all in here.
Yeah.
Quack. Duck goes quack.
We don't have one.
All right. That was the first thing I cut and messed up the first cut.
Get the duck.
You got the duck? All right, so let's cut these pieces off. That shouldn't, well, these are the right size. What it goes to is not the right size. They're all the same size, and they shouldn't be. But they are. Now, the only other thing, they were supposed to be on the outside. I wonder if I can, okay, let's compromise. Let's go back to this piece of fabric, because I have no more of the other left. If I should be able to just do another flip corner. Should. And I can probably make this right. I just put the scissors into that black fabric. I don't know where it cut. Okay, we're not gonna have sizing in it, but hey. Used a little bitty board. I'm gonna redo this. It's always a way with flip corners. I just needed to think about it for a second. Because they're not supposed to be the same size, because I'm not trying to match it up. But these 2-inch squares I just used. Cutting them back. Alright. Of course, I gotta mark them too. And since this ruler don't let anything move underneath, I don't even have to use my sandboard. One. And then the other one. All right. Right there on these sleeves, I'm gonna redo this. And we're gonna, oh my gosh. What is it gonna do if I do that? Okay, we're gonna do it anyway. We're going across the other square, but that's okay. I think it's gonna be okay. And it's a test. Let me sew something else together here. I've got 2 of these. So we'll sew these 2 together to get that off. So I can make sure it's on there right. Boy, if I was crumb piecing on this Juki, I'd be through that stuff in a heartbeat. I put the scissors up. Look at me. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter whatsoever. Okay. Because it's going to go into the seam anyway. This one here goes over here. And then what time is it? Can I be saved by the bell? But we're getting there. I figured it out. I figured it out. Ma'am. I do want y'all to see Jersey too. But I'm almost done. All I got to do is put these two sides on and sew it to the top. And that's the dress without anything else. So I need this one next. I just make these little string things because I had cut. I made Kleenex holders for retreat. I guess I can tell you that now. I was sewing some stuff. I also made wallets. Not a wallet. I keep calling them wallets. They're little bags. And so all of these pieces was from the cutting of that. That's what's been all up here on my cutting board. And I just been sewing the scraps as I was creating them together. So that's where these batiks come from. I got a Kleenex holder in here, but I don't have the wallet. Like, they were all, a lot of them were made out of batiks, not all of them. Because some of them were made out of these fabrics that I got out of that cotton cut scrap thing. So, alright. So, we only got this on one side. We gotta get it on the other side. And I don't know why I got those other pieces, but oh, some of the other pieces went into the border. Okay. Okay. Hey, Jojo. Yeah, this Juki not messing around. Okay. I need this one next, if I'm gonna keep them in order. Like this. This one goes with that one. I'm sure I'll be thinking of something else to make with these, so they'll be here waiting for me. I got a whole big, just like what I can use for some borders pieces up there with some batiks when I was cutting and had the scraps. Because I'm not doing a whole lot of going into my scraps to get scraps out. So as I'm creating them, if I don't sew them, I'm finding I'm not, if I don't sew them while I'm working on them, I don't sew them at all. So I'm trying to make sure I'm using them. So instead of putting them in a drawer I'll start sewing them and pop them up on this board whenever I need something to sew. I'll just sew some of that, but I've sewed a good chunk of that stuff. I don't have a whole lot of small pieces. All right, this is the bottom of the dress. This is the top now with the sleeves. Now let's put that together. And nothing should match. Oh no, I forgot. I got the belt. This thing. And is it long enough? No. I checked it. I must have cut something wrong. Okay. Let's go see what M should be. Here we go again. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm putting that in the trash so I don't even think about that piece again. All right. It's not complicated. I don't know why I'm doing all I'm doing. Because I didn't read it. I'm not prepared. All right. Let me make sure. Right here. Oh my God. I have not sewed since pre-retreat. This is my first day sewing. So I need a piece. I called myself cutting this right the first time, but apparently not. Okay. Okay. She said okay, and then I said okay. And we both okaying. Okay? All right, we got that. Okay. We just cut those two sides. So I need this one with I'll have to get this to line up. I'm cutting at an angle for myself, so this is, I don't normally cut here. And cut this in half, so I have two. All right. It's 9:46. Goodness gracious. We're gonna make it, but I wasn't expecting all of this. Oh my goodness. And now that I'm doing this, I'm like, did I mismeasure the black pieces then? Because maybe I read the wrong spot. They're both the same. Okay. All right. Do I have one more of these? Not even sure. Yep. This is so little. Okay. Put this on here. I don't have but 2 more scrap seams I can make with these prints. Just to put them together now. And then we also... Why did I cut 2? I only needed 1. But I got two. Woo-wee. This is like, you know, when you're struggling in your craft room, you get it live here. Absolutely. Okay, and then we're going to have to get a scrap because we're out of stuff to sew together at this point. So now we're going to sew these two right there, this right here, and we will eyeball a straight line because it's just strings and crumbs. And then this one we want to press the seams towards the waistband. All right. All right. All right, so let's start with the bottom. Sew this to the bottom. And we're gonna pin it just because. You can tell she watched the same thing. She ahead of them saying it. She can't wait for them to say it. Wait up. And then when I pull her up here, she's not going to say a word. All I got to do is one more seam. I'm trying to press how she said press just so I know what she's doing. Both of them are pressed towards the waistband. I guess because it doesn't have any angles, seams. And then this one goes on top. Okay. And we're gonna pin this one too. Top on here and one last pin. And we're gonna sew it and we're done. Then I'll let y'all see if Jersey talk to you guys, but I highly doubt it. Maybe I can get her to say quack if she gets her duck. She might say yellow duck. We'll see. But she's probably not. Just so you're aware. Okay, and we have to press this towards the center as well. Okay, nothing wrong with this pattern whatsoever. Just mark your pieces. Don't do like me. And I did end up with 2 extra half square triangles. So this is my block here, my dress. It's really pretty. I was trying to make sure that since it had so many different things going on, the ball, the yellow and red, the yellow and orange, and then the green with black. I was trying to make sure that I got all of those 3 elements in here. So that's what made it a little bit interesting with having using African print. And I'm glad I went back and redid those corners because it wouldn't have matched right here. So it wouldn't have been matching up and no, it's not. It's right here that I did that. So it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered, but I did it correct anyway. So that's my block. I just wanted to do one so I can see how it go, but I, had no intentions of waiting to do one live, but that's what it is. And because I haven't sewed, and because I haven't thought about it all day, I did have a whole lot of mistakes, but we got it done, and it's correct according to the pattern. Do I like it? I like the dress. I'm not sure if the black shows up enough. The gray is okay. It's okay. I wouldn't have chose it if I had a choice. And then I just sewed these strings, and I have not pressed these half square triangles. So let's do that. I have 2 extra half square triangles for some string or crumb block as well. Uh-oh. Can't get this other one open. I pressed it one way because I did it with my hand, I thought, but okay. And then we've got 2 extra half square triangles, and that's how stuff gets on my board. 2 extra half square triangles from sewing larger flip corners. I wasn't going to keep the little babies, but put that up there. This right here goes back up on the wall too. Shouldn't be using my piecing pins. And it just goes over on the batik side. All right. Josh is reminding you all to hit that thumbs up button. Michelle, the quilter, says, beautiful dress, 1,000 pieces, laughing out loud. It really isn't bad. It's not that many pieces. I'm not going to count them. But as I was cutting, I was surprised that it wasn't a whole lot of cutting for the block. So I was really happy with that. That dress is beautiful, Miss T, from Kevin. Make sure you thumbs up. I think I read that one. Yolanda says, hi, TNT. Quilters rent paid late, but it's paid. Sorry to have missed Wednesday, but I don't know what planet I was on, but I couldn't figure out how to get where you all were at. I had one live, and then YouTube kicked me out, but didn't really get rid of it, but it wouldn't let me. It told me it was finished when I hit start. I tried to turn the camera around backwards, and it wouldn't record that way, which was crazy because if I had kept it facing me, it would have recorded. So something's going on that they knew that I was facing the other way or something, so it wouldn't let me do it so that my video wouldn't be backwards. So it was my fault, and so then I had to go out and do a new one, but I had kind of typed in the chat box what was happening, but it was beyond my control at that point. So thank you, everybody that says the dress is pretty. That's Casey, Shelly, Patrice, Judah, Princess, welcome to the chat. Never seen your name before. Yolanda, Melissa, Bonita. The belt brings the collar together. The block is bigger than I thought. Yeah, it is. Because they only have, in the pattern, they only have 16 dresses that you need just to create a space. Oh, I need to borrow that dress for the party. Right. Mimo says she likes that pretty, except she may have swallowed a basketball, laughing out. Well, that's true. She could be. Basketball. Yay. That is too funny. Yeah, I fully understand that, because some people, they're so tiny that it just looks like it's a basketball under their dress when they're pregnant. Hey, Joe Carmel, girl, I just made one of the dresses. So let's see if, I'm going to cut this machine off first of all and drop the presser foot and put the scissors up, because we about to bring up the new Dennis and Menace. Come here, Jojo. Come here. Come here. She thinks she in trouble because I took her iPad. Come on. Come on. You don't want to come with Gigi? She getting tired. It's 10 o'clock after all. Uh-oh. Look. Say hi. Say hi, Jar Jar. Look. Look. Say hi, Jar Jar. She looking in the phone. Hi, Jar Jar. Look. Look at Jar Jar. Look at Jar Jar. Let me see. Look. Quack. Quack. Do quack. Quack, quack, quack. You gonna say quack? Ooh. What is that? A yellow what? What is that? What is that? Is that a yellow duck?
Yellow duck.
Yes, yellow duck. Yeah, so now let's go back to the chat. I had to take you all off because she wouldn't even look straight because she was seeing it over here. Yes. Is that a yellow duck? Yeah, do you have a blue duck? Okay. Where's the blue duck? Is that the blue duck? Huh? You want the blue duck? She don't care about the blue duck. You want the blue duck? He's just a little boring. He doesn't quack. He doesn't quack. Yeah. They say, hi, Jersey. You tell them hi. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. She done. Kisses for Gigi's girl. Oh my goodness. Do we need to go night-night? Do we need to go night-night? What's that? What's this?
Yellow.
Yeah, that's a yellow.
Yellow.
But what's this? Huh? What's that?
Blue duck.
Yeah, that's a blue duck. You're right. You're so smart. But this one goes quack. Let's see. Let's see. Let Gigi fix it. She only let me do it one time, too. And then when she can't get it done anymore, she puts it in my hand. I get one squeeze, and then she takes it back. You don't want my hand up there anymore? You want to go? You out of here? You tell them bye? Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, she did give you all bye. Here you go. Just a couple more minutes. Couple more minutes. And here's your blue duck. Yeah, she growing so fast. And then with her being like 96, 98 percentile in height for the most part, it just seems like she's growing up even faster. So, yeah. So, that's going to be it, everybody. I wanted y'all to see her, but I didn't want to disturb her in case she didn't want to go back to that. And you all can see that, you know, it's way past her bedtime. She's like, she is so done. She was up here yawning. So, but she's a fighter of sleep. So I'll have to go lay down with her. That's why she couldn't go to sleep. She normally goes to bed at 8:30, 8 to 8:30. Well, I'm being live, so that wasn't going to work. So, alrighty. I will talk to you all later. See you on Wednesday. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You all stay blessed, be safe, and quilt out.